Saloon healer realizes her client is the rich gunslinger. "Right there, slow, please," he said. Mara arrived in Larkspur on a hot afternoon when the sun hung low and the dust seemed to float in the air like tiny golden clouds. She had been walking for days, carrying a small bag with her few belongings and a box of herbs she had collected from nearby hills. She did not have a real home anymore. The world had changed around her, and she had learned to keep moving. Larkspur looked like many other towns she had seen. There was a wide main street with wooden buildings on either side, a general store, a blacksmith, a stable, and a saloon with a bright sign swinging gently in the wind. People moved quickly, as if they were always in a hurry. Children ran around with dusty feet, and men in hats talked in low voices by the street corner. Mara stopped in front of the saloon. "The Widow's Rose," the sign said. The name made her pause for a moment. She wondered about the woman who once owned the place, and why it was called that. Then she shook her head and moved on. She did not come to Larkspur for stories. She came because she needed a place to rest, and she needed a job. Inside the saloon, the air was cool and smelled of wood and old beer. The room was busy, but not loud. People talked quietly, and a few played cards at a table near the back. A barmaid moved quickly between tables, carrying a tray with glasses. The saloon was not the kind of place where people laughed loudly. It was the kind of place where people kept their troubles hidden. Mara walked up to the bar and looked at the woman behind it. She had dark hair tied back and her face looked tired but kind. Mara nodded politely.
"I'm looking for work," Mara said. "Anything."
"I can clean, cook, or out with people." The barmaid studied her for a moment. Then she nodded slowly. "People are always getting hurt around here," she said. "If you can help with that, you might have a job." Mara felt a small relief in her chest. She had expected to be turned away. She had expected to hear that the town was full and there was no room for a stranger. But the barmaid had offered her a chance. "I can help," Mara said quietly. The barmaid's name was Ellen. She leaned in closer and spoke in a low voice.
"We don't have a doctor," Ellen said.
"Not a real one. But we have people who need help. People who get hurt at work, or in fights, or on the road. If you can help them, you can stay." Mara nodded. She had learned the basics of healing from her mother. Her mother had taught her which plants could stop bleeding, which ones could calm pain, and how to clean a wound so it would not get infected. She had not had any formal training. She had only learned by watching, by trying, and by learning from mistakes. But she was good at it. She had a steady hand and a calm mind. "I can help," Mara repeated. Ellen looked at her carefully, as if trying to decide whether she could trust her. Then she pointed toward a curtained corner at the back of the saloon. "There," Ellen said. "You can set up there. It's quiet enough. People will come if they need you." Mara walked to the corner. The curtain was old and dusty. Behind it was a small space with a table and a chair. It was not much, but it was enough. She placed her herbs and tools on the table. She cleaned the area and arranged everything neatly. She wanted it to feel safe and clean. As she worked, she listened to the sounds of the saloon. The clink of glasses, the quiet voices, the shuffle of cards, the soft laughter of a group of men who were trying to forget their worries for a while. Mara did not feel like she belonged here, but she knew that she could make a place for herself if she tried. The first person to come to her was a young man with a scraped knee. He looked embarrassed to be seen in the saloon, as if he thought people would judge him for being hurt. "I fell off my horse," he said, looking down at his knee. Mara smiled gently. "It's okay," she said. "Let me see." She cleaned the wound, applied a small amount of ointment, and wrapped it with a clean cloth. The young man watched her carefully, as if he had never seen anyone treat a wound so calmly. "Thanks," he said. "I didn't think anyone would help me."
"You're welcome," she said. The young man left, and Mara felt a small warmth in her heart.
She had expected people to be suspicious of her, but the first person she helped had left with a small smile. That made her feel like she could do this. The next person was an older man who worked at the stable. He had a small cut on his hand. "Didn't mean to hurt myself," he said, trying to act strong. Mara treated his wound quickly. She could see that he was tired. His eyes looked older than his face. He was not a man who enjoyed pain. He was a man who had learned to live with it. "Thanks," he said again, and then he left. More people came, some with headaches, some with bruises, some with stomach pain. Mara treated them all with the same calmness. She did not ask too many questions. She did not need to. She knew that people came to the saloon to escape their problems, not to talk about them. As the day went on, Mara began to feel like she was part of the town. Not fully, but enough to feel seen. She was not just a stranger anymore. She was someone who could help. By evening, the saloon had grown busier. The lights were bright, and the room was filled with smoke from pipes. Mara was finishing her work when she heard the saloon door open. She looked up. A man walked in, and everything in the room seemed to slow down for a moment. He was not like the other men. His clothes were clean. His boots were polished. He wore a coat that looked expensive and a hat that had a bright band around it. His face was calm and controlled, like he had been through many things and had learned to keep his emotions hidden. Mara could feel the attention of the room shift toward him. People turned their heads. Some looked away quickly, as if they did not want to be noticed staring. Others watched with curiosity. The man did not look around. He walked straight toward the back corner where Mara sat. He stopped a few feet away from her and spoke quietly. "I need help," he said. Mara looked at his sleeve. There was a small stain of blood near the cuff. She did not need to ask what happened. The wound was fresh. It was not deep, but it was bleeding. Mara stood up slowly. "Come behind the curtain," she said. The man nodded and followed her. He did not speak as they walked. Mara could feel his eyes on her, but he did not stare. He moved with a calm confidence, like he had walked into many places like this before. Once they were behind the curtain, Mara asked him to sit. She did not want to rush him. She wanted him to feel safe. She pulled out her tools and began to clean the wound. The man watched her carefully. He did not speak. His face was serious, but not angry. He seemed tired. Mara worked slowly, just as she always did. She cleaned the wound, applied ointment, and wrapped it carefully. She did not feel fear. She did not feel excitement. She simply did her work. After a moment, the man spoke. "Right there," he said quietly, pointing to the bandage. "Slow, please."
Mara looked at him and nodded.
He wanted her to be careful. He did not want the pain to increase. She continued slowly, and the man relaxed slightly. He did not speak again for a while. Mara tried to keep her thoughts calm. She had seen many men in her life. She had seen people with strong faces and quiet voices, but this man felt different. There was something about him that made her feel like she was in the presence of someone important. When she finished, she stepped back and looked at him. "Are you okay?" she asked softly. The man nodded. "Yes," he said. "Thank you." Mara felt a strange sense of relief. She had treated him without fear. She had done her job. But she also felt a new kind of worry. She wondered who he was. She wondered why he had come here. She wondered if he was someone who could bring trouble to her small corner of the saloon. The man stood up slowly. He looked at Mara for a moment. Then he spoke again. "Thank you," he said. "I won't forget this." Mara nodded. She did not know what else to say. She watched him leave, and she felt the room return to its usual pace. People resumed their conversations. The card players continued their game. The barmaid moved quickly between tables. Mara returned to her corner. She cleaned her tools and arranged them again. Her hands moved automatically, as if she had done this 100 times, but her mind was not calm anymore. She kept thinking about the man. Who was he? She had seen him before. She was sure of it. She had seen his face in newspapers, in stories told by travelers. He was famous, she realized. People knew his name, people feared him. He was a gunslinger, someone who had become rich and powerful through skill and fear. Mara felt a small chill. She did not like fear. She did not like people who used fear to control others. But she also felt a strange compassion for him. He had come to her, quietly, without causing trouble. He had asked for help in a respectful way. He had not demanded. He had not threatened. He had simply asked. Mara wondered what kind of life he lived, what kind of people he met, what kind of choices he had made. She did not know if he was good or bad. She only knew that he was human. As the night went on, Mara kept thinking about him. She kept thinking about the way he had spoken, the way he had asked her to be slow, the way he had thanked her. She did not know it yet, but this moment would change her life. She did not know that she would soon realize that the man she treated was the rich gunslinger everyone talked about. She did not know that her simple act of kindness would put her in a difficult position. She did not know that her life would become more complicated than she had ever imagined. But for now, she sat quietly in her corner, watching the saloon and feeling the strange mix of fear and hope that comes when you realize that life can surprise you. The next morning, Mara woke up before sunrise. The town of Larkspur was quiet, with only a few early workers moving along the streets. The air was cool and fresh. Mara felt the calmness of the morning and took a deep breath. She knew that today would be a normal day. She expected more small injuries, more tired faces, and more quiet stories, but she could not stop thinking about the man who had come the night before, the rich gunslinger. The man with the clean coat and the calm voice. She had treated him without fear, but she could not stop wondering who he really was. Mara had never met someone like him before. She had heard stories. Everyone had. The stories traveled fast, even to small towns like Larkspur. People spoke about him as if he were a legend. Some said he was brave. Some said he was dangerous. Some said he was a hero. Others said he was a problem. The stories were different, but they all agreed on one thing. He was powerful. Mara did not like stories that made people afraid. She believed that fear could make people do things they would not normally do. She believed that fear could cause harm. She wanted to live a life without fear. She wanted to help people without being judged. As Mara walked to the saloon, she noticed that the town felt different. As people moved more carefully, some looked at her as if they were watching to see what she would do next. Others whispered in small groups and then stopped when they saw her. Mara felt a small wave of discomfort. She stepped inside the saloon and saw Ellen behind the bar. Ellen looked tired, but she smiled when she saw Mara.
"Morning," Ellen said. "You look like you had a hard night." Mara nodded.
It was fine, she said. Just a few people. Ellen's smile faded slightly.
You did help the man last night, didn't you? She asked quietly. Mara felt her heart skip. She did not want to answer. She did not want to cause trouble, but she also did not want to lie.
Yes, Mara said softly.
Ellen leaned closer. People are talking, she whispered. They say it was the rich gunslinger. They say he was here. Mara felt a cold feeling in her stomach. She did not like the idea of being the center of a story. She did not like the idea of people watching her. Did he cause any trouble? Mara asked. Ellen shook her head. No, she said. He was quiet. He didn't cause trouble. But the sheriff is asking questions. He wants to know who helped him. Mara's heart began to beat faster. The sheriff. Mara had not met him yet. She had heard that he was strict and did not like strangers. She had heard that he liked to keep control of the town. Mara had always tried to stay out of trouble. She had always tried to live quietly. She did not want to be involved in any conflict. She did not want to be the reason someone got hurt. Ellen sighed. You need to be careful, she said. People in this town are scared. They want someone to blame. They want to know who is helping the gunslinger. They think if they find out, they will be safe. Mara nodded slowly. She understood. Fear made people want answers. Fear made people look for someone to blame. Mara did not like that. She did not want to be blamed for anything. As the day went on, more people came to see Mara. Some came for small problems. Some came because they had heard that she helped people. Mara treated each person carefully. She listened to their stories. She helped them without judgment. She tried to keep her mind calm, but she could not stop thinking about the sheriff. At noon, a man walked in wearing a sheriff's badge. His face was serious. He looked around the saloon, and his eyes fell on Mara. He walked toward her slowly. Mara stood up. She felt a small wave of fear. She did not know what the sheriff wanted. Are you Mara? He asked. Mara nodded. Yes, she said. I am Mara. The sheriff looked at her carefully. People say you helped a man last night, he said.
A man who came in hurt. Mara nodded again. Yes, she said.
He needed help. The sheriff's face did not change. Who was he? He asked. Mara felt her throat tighten. She did not want to answer. She did not want to be the reason for trouble, but she also knew that lying could make things worse. I don't know his name, Mara said honestly. He didn't tell me. He just asked for help. The sheriff stared at her for a moment. Then he leaned closer.
Are you sure? He asked. He was a man who is known in many towns.
People call him the rich gunslinger. Mara swallowed. She knew that name. She had heard it in stories. She had seen it in newspapers. But she did not want to say it out loud. She did not want to give the sheriff any reason to think she was hiding something. I don't know his name, Mara repeated. I only know he needed help. The sheriff nodded slowly, as if he did not believe her. He turned and walked away. Mara felt a wave of relief, but also a wave of worry. She knew that the sheriff would not forget. She knew that he would keep watching her. She knew that people would keep talking. After the sheriff left, Ellen came over to Mara.
You did the right thing, Ellen said quietly, but you need to be careful.
If the sheriff thinks you are hiding something, he will keep watching. Mara nodded. She understood. She had always tried to live a life of honesty. She did not like the idea of hiding, but she also knew that the truth could cause problems. As the day moved on, Mara tried to focus on her work. She treated people, listened to their stories, and tried to help them feel better. But the thought of the rich gunslinger stayed in her mind. She wondered what kind of life he lived. She wondered why he had come to her. At the end of the day, Mara was cleaning her tools when she heard a soft voice behind her.
"You are good at what you do," the voice said. Mara turned around and saw the man from the night before.
He stood a few feet away, and his face was calm. He looked different in the daylight. He looked more human. He looked less like a legend. Mara felt a small surprise. She had not expected him to come back.
Why are you here?
Mara asked quietly. The man smiled slightly. "I wanted to thank you again," he said. "And I wanted to see if you were safe." Mara felt a strange warmth in her chest. She did not understand why. She did not know why this man, who was known for being powerful, would care about her.
I'm fine, Mara said, but the sheriff is asking questions.
The man nodded slowly. "I know," he said. "I heard." Mara felt a small wave of fear. She did not want to be involved in his problems. She did not want to be the reason someone got hurt. She did not want to be seen as a helper to someone who was dangerous. But the man spoke again. I did not come here to cause trouble," he said. "I came here because I needed help. You helped me without asking for anything. That is rare." Mara looked at him. "People help because they want to feel good," she said. "People help because they want to be seen as good." The man shook his head. "No," he said quietly. "You helped because you saw a person in need. You did not care about his name or his reputation." Mara felt a small silence between them. She did not know what to say. She did not know how to respond to his words. The man continued. "I have seen many people who pretend to be kind," he said. "But you are different. You are honest." Mara looked away. She did not want to be praised. She did not want attention. She only wanted to live quietly. The man spoke again softly. "You should be careful," he said. "The sheriff will not stop asking questions. People will talk. They will try to use you." Mara nodded slowly. "I know," she said, "but I can only do what I can." The man looked at her for a moment. Then he nodded. "Good," he said. "I will not forget what you did." He turned and walked away, leaving Mara alone with her thoughts. Mara watched him go. She felt a strange feeling inside her. She felt like she was standing at the edge of something new. She did not know what would happen next, but she knew that her life had changed. The next day, Mara woke up early again. She walked to the saloon and prepared her corner. She tried to act normal. She tried to focus on her work, but she could not stop thinking about the man. She wondered if he would come back. She wondered if he was in danger. She wondered if she had done the right thing. As the day went on, the town continued to talk. People whispered about the gunslinger. People wondered if he would return. People wondered if the sheriff would find him. Mara continued to help people. She continued to listen. She continued to heal. But she also continued to worry. She had never wanted to be part of a story. She had never wanted to be noticed. She had never wanted to be involved in a powerful person's life. But now, she realized that sometimes life chooses you. Sometimes life brings you into situations you did not ask for. Sometimes life gives you a chance to do something important. Mara did not know what would happen next. She only knew that she would continue to do what she believed was right. She would continue to help people. And she would continue to stay honest, even if it made her life difficult. She did not know that the rich gunslinger would return. She did not know that his problems would become hers. She did not know that her quiet life in Larkspur would soon change forever. But she felt a small sense of strength inside her. She felt that she could face whatever came next, as long as she stayed true to herself. And so, Mara waited. Mara had been living in Larkspur for a few weeks now. The days were starting to feel routine. She woke up early, walked to the saloon, cleaned her small corner, and waited for people to come. She treated wounds, listened to stories, and tried to help people feel better. The work was simple, but it made her feel useful. It made her feel like she belonged. But the calm feeling did not last long. She could sense that something was changing in the town. People were talking more. They were looking around more. They were acting like they were waiting for something to happen. Mara did not like that feeling. She did not like when people were afraid. Fear made people act in strange ways. Fear made people do things they would not normally do. Mara had seen that before in other towns. She had seen people turn against each other because they were scared. One afternoon, a man came into the saloon. He was not a stranger. Mara recognized him as one of the men who worked at the general store. He looked nervous. His eyes moved quickly, as if he was trying to see if anyone was watching him. "Mara," he said quietly, "the sheriff wants to talk to you again." Mara felt her stomach tighten. She had hoped that the sheriff would stop asking questions. She had hoped that the man would not come back. She had hoped that the town would forget. But she knew that hope was not enough.
"Where is he?" Mara asked. "He is in the office behind the saloon," the man said.
"He wants to talk to you now." Mara nodded slowly. She stood up, took a deep breath, and walked toward the office. She tried to stay calm. She tried to act like she was not afraid. But inside, her heart was beating fast. The sheriff's office was small and plain. There was a desk, a chair, and a few shelves with papers. The sheriff sat behind the desk looking at her with a serious face. "Mara," he said, "I have asked you before. Who was the man you helped?" She looked at the sheriff's eyes. She could see that he was not angry. He was only trying to do his job. But Mara could also see that he was worried. He was worried about the safety of his town. "I told you," Mara said quietly. "I do not know his name. He did not tell me." The sheriff leaned back in his chair. He rubbed his forehead. "Mara," he said, "I believe you. But I also know that people in this town are scared. They think the man you helped is the rich gunslinger. They think he will come back. They think he will cause trouble." Mara nodded slowly. She understood. She did not want trouble either. She did not want anyone to be hurt. She did not want her small corner in the saloon to become a place of conflict. "I am not trying to hide anything," Mara said softly. "I only helped a person who needed help." The sheriff stared at her for a moment. Then he sighed. "I know," he said, "but you must understand that if the gunslinger comes back, people will be afraid. They will want to know who helped him. They will want to know if you are supporting him." Mara felt a wave of sadness. She did not want to be seen as supporting someone. She did not want to be part of a conflict. She just wanted to help people.
"What do you want from me?" Mara asked.
The sheriff looked at her carefully. I want you to tell me if you see him again, he said. If he comes back, you must tell me. If you do not, I will have to assume you are hiding him. Mara nodded slowly. She understood. She did not like it, but she understood. I will tell you, she said. The sheriff nodded. Good, he said. Now go back to your work. Mara left the office. She felt a mix of relief and fear. But she was relieved that the sheriff had not punished her. She was afraid that he would keep watching her. She was afraid that people would still talk. When she returned to her corner, she saw Ellen watching her. Ellen's face looked worried. How did it go? Ellen asked. Mara sighed. He wants me to tell him if the man comes back, Mara said.
He thinks the town is in danger. Ellen nodded slowly. He is only doing his job, she said.
But you must be careful. Mara nodded. She knew that Ellen was right. She knew that she must be careful. That night, Mara could not sleep. She kept thinking about the man she had helped. She kept thinking about the sheriff. She kept thinking about the town. She wondered if she had made a mistake. She wondered if she should have refused to help the man. She wondered if she should have left Larkspur. But she also knew that she could not leave. She had built a life here. She had made friends. She had found a place where she could help people. She could not abandon them. As she lay in her small room above the saloon, she heard a quiet knock on her door. She sat up quickly. Her heart began to beat faster. She walked to the door and opened it slowly. Standing outside was the man she had helped. He looked tired. His eyes looked heavy. He looked like he had not slept. Mara, he said softly. Mara felt her breath catch. She did not know what to say. She did not know why he was here. Why are you here? She asked. The man looked at her carefully. I needed to see you, he said. I wanted to make sure you were safe. Mara's heart felt heavy. She did not understand why this man cared about her safety. He was a powerful person. He could have many people watching for him. He could have people protecting him. Why would he care about a simple healer? I am fine, Mara said.
But the sheriff is asking questions. He wants to know if you come back.
The man nodded slowly. I know, he said. I heard. Mara felt a wave of fear. She did not want to be involved in his problems. She did not want to be the reason for trouble. But the man continued. I did not come here to cause trouble, he said.
I came because I needed help. I did not want to bring danger to you. Mara looked at him.
She could see the honesty in his eyes. She could see that he was not trying to hide anything. He was not trying to trick her. I believe you, Mara said softly. The man nodded. Thank you, he said. There was a quiet silence between them. Mara did not know what to say. She did not know how to respond. Finally, the man spoke again. Mara, he said, I want to tell you something. Mara felt her heart beat faster. She did not know what he would say. She did not know if she would like it. The man took a deep breath. My name is Jeb Carlyle, he said. Mara felt a small shock. She had heard that name before. She had heard it in stories. She had heard it in rumors. She had heard it in newspapers. Jeb Carlyle was the rich gunslinger. He was the man everyone feared. Mara looked at him carefully. She could see that he was not proud of his name. He said it quietly, as if it was something he did not want to carry.
Why are you telling me?
Mara asked softly. The man looked at her with a serious face. Because you deserve the truth, he said. Because you helped me without knowing who I was. because you treated me like a person." Mara felt a strange mix of emotions. She felt fear, but also a sense of understanding. She felt that this man was not just a legend. He was a person with feelings and worries. "Why are you here?" Mara asked again. "Why did you come to Larkspur?" Jeb looked down. He took a deep breath. "I was tired," he said. "I was tired of the life I had. I was tired of being feared. I was tired of people using my name to control others. I wanted to disappear for a while." Mara listened quietly. She could feel the honesty in his voice. She could feel the weight of his words. "I did not want to hurt anyone," Jeb continued. "I did not want to cause trouble. I just wanted a quiet place to rest." Mara nodded slowly. She understood. She had seen people like him before, people who were tired of being known. The people who wanted to be normal, people who wanted to be free from their past. But now, Jeb said, "I fear that my past has found me. I fear that the sheriff will come looking for me. I fear that the town will be in danger because of me." Mara felt her heart ache. She did not want anyone to be in danger. She did not want the town she had come to feel like a place of fear. "Mara," Jeb said softly, "I need your, help again." Mara looked at him carefully. She did not know what to say. She did not know if she could help him. She did not know if she wanted to. But she also knew that she had a choice. She could walk away. She could leave Larkspur. She could forget everything. But she also knew that she could not do that. She could not abandon the people who needed her. She took a deep breath. "What do you need?" Mara asked. Jeb looked at her with a serious face. "I need you to help me stay hidden," he said. "I need you to help me stay safe." Mara felt a small fear. She knew that helping him could cause problems. She knew that the sheriff would not like it. She knew that the town might blame her. But she also knew that she could not leave him alone. She knew that he was not a bad person. She knew that he was simply a person trying to live a life. Mara nodded slowly. "I will help you," she said quietly. "But only if you promise not to cause trouble. Only if you promise to stay quiet." Jeb nodded. "I promise," he said. Mara felt a small sense of relief. She did not know what would happen next, but she knew that she had made a choice. She had chosen to help a person in need, even if it was dangerous. She did not know that her decision would change her life forever. She did not know that she would soon face a difficult choice that would test her courage and her honesty. But for now, she stood in her small room, listening to the quiet night and feeling the weight of her choice. After Mara agreed to help Jeb, the days in Larkspur changed in a way she did not expect. She still worked in the saloon, still treated people, and still listened to their stories. But now, she carried a secret that felt heavy in her chest, like a stone she could not put down. Jeb stayed in Larkspur quietly. He did not speak to many people. He did not cause trouble. He stayed in the small room above the saloon, and he only came out when he needed something. He kept his face calm, and he kept his distance. He did not want to draw attention. He did not want people to notice him. Mara saw him sometimes, but she did not talk to him much. She wanted to keep her life normal. She wanted to help people without becoming part of a bigger story. But she also knew that Jeb was there, and she could not ignore him. One day, a woman named Lila came to the saloon. Lila was a kind woman who worked as a teacher in the town. She had a gentle voice and a bright smile. Mara liked her. Lila often came to the saloon to talk to people and to share news about the town. That day, Lila looked worried. Her eyes were red, as if she had been crying. "Mara," Lila said softly, "I need your help."
Mara nodded. "What is wrong?"
she asked. Lila looked around to make sure no one was listening. Then she lowered her voice.
"My brother is sick," Leela said. "He has a fever."
"He has been in bed for days. The doctor in the next town is too far away. I don't know what to do." Mara felt a small sadness in her chest. She had seen many people suffer because they did not have access to proper care. She had seen families struggle. She had seen children cry. "I will help," Mara said. Lila smiled, but her smile was weak. "Thank you," she said. "You are the only one who can help." Mara followed Lila to her home. It was a small house near the edge of town. Inside, her brother lay on a bed, covered with a blanket. He looked weak. His face was pale. His eyes were half closed. Mara sat beside him and checked his pulse. She listened to his breathing. She asked Lila questions about his symptoms. She could tell that he had a fever. She could tell that he needed rest, fluids, and care. Mara gave him a simple medicine she had prepared. She told Lila how to keep him comfortable. She told her to give him water often and to keep the room cool. She told her to watch for any changes. Lila thanked her again. Mara left the house feeling tired, but also feeling good. She had helped someone. She had made a difference. But as she walked back to the saloon, she saw Jeb standing near the street. He was looking at her with a serious face. "Mara," he said quietly. "Can I speak with you?" Mara nodded. She did not want to talk in public. She led him to a quiet spot near the back of the saloon.
What is it? Mara asked.
Jeb looked around to make sure no one was listening. Then he spoke. "I saw you with Lila," he said. "I saw you leaving her house." Mara felt her heart beat faster.
Yes, she said. She needed help.
Her brother was sick. Jeb nodded slowly. "I know," he said. "I am not saying you should not help. I am only saying that you must be careful."
Why? She asked. Jeb sighed.
"People in this town are afraid," he said. "They are looking for someone to blame. If they see you helping others, they will think you are supporting me. They will think you are helping me hide." Mara felt a small anger rise inside her. She did not like the idea of people thinking she was doing something wrong. She did not like the idea of being judged for helping others. "I am helping people because they need help," Mara said. "I am not helping you. I am helping them." Jeb looked at her carefully. "I know," he said, "but people do not think like that. They will see only what they want to see." Ma, sighed. She knew he was right. She had seen it before. People often judged without understanding. People often made decisions based on fear and rumors. Jeb continued, "I have been here for a while," he said. "I have watched the town. I have seen how people react. I know that the sheriff is watching. I know that he will not stop until he finds me." Boo. Mara felt a chill. She did not like the idea of the sheriff coming after him. She did not like the idea of the town becoming a place of fear. "What do you want me to do?" Mara asked. Jeb looked at her with a serious face. "I want you to be honest," he said. "If the sheriff asks you again, tell him the truth. Tell him that you helped me because I was a person in need. Tell him that I did not cause trouble. Tell him that I did not ask for anything except help." Mara nodded slowly. "I will tell him," she said. Jeb looked relieved. "Thank you," he said.
You are the only person who has been honest with me. Mara felt a strange feeling inside her. She did not know what to say.
She did not know if she was doing the right thing. She did not know if she was helping or harming. But she also knew that she could not change her choice. She had chosen to help him. She had chosen to be honest. She had chosen to be kind. The next day, the town was busy. People moved quickly, and the air felt tense. Mara noticed that the sheriff was more active. He spoke to people more. He asked questions. He watched the streets. Mara tried to stay calm. She continued to treat people. She continued to help, but she could feel the tension growing. In the afternoon, a group of men entered the saloon. They looked serious. They were not the usual customers. They were not there to drink or play cards. They stood near the bar and talked quietly. Mara recognized one of them. It was a man from a nearby town. She had seen him before. He was known to be a messenger. He carried news and letters from town to town. Mara felt her heart beat faster. She wondered what he was doing here. The man walked toward Ellen. He spoke to her in a low voice. Ellen nodded and looked toward Mara. Mara felt a small fear. She did not know what was happening. She did not know if the man was here to deliver news about Jeb. She did not know if the sheriff had found him. Ellen walked toward Mara and whispered, "He is asking for you." Mara felt her stomach drop. She followed Ellen to the back of the saloon. The messenger stood there, holding a small letter. He handed the letter to Mara. She looked at it carefully. There was no name on it, only a simple note. "Meet me at the edge of town at sunset."
Do not bring anyone. Mara felt a cold feeling.
She did not like the idea of meeting someone alone. She did not like the idea of being lured into a situation. She did not like the idea of being used.
She looked at Ellen.
Do you know who sent this? Mara asked.
Ellen shook her head.
No, she said, but I think it is about Jeb. Mara felt her heart beat faster.
She thought about the sheriff. She thought about the town. She thought about the fear in the air. She did not know what to do. She did not know if she should go. She did not know if she should ignore the letter. She stood there for a moment, thinking. Now, 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 now. Then she made a decision. She would go. She would go because she wanted to know the truth. She would go because she wanted to protect Jeb. She would go because she wanted to understand what was happening. At sunset, Mara walked to the edge of town. The sky was painted with orange and pink. The air was calm. The town looked peaceful, but Mara could feel the tension in the air. She walked slowly, watching her surroundings. She did not bring anyone with her. She did not want to put anyone else in danger. When she reached the meeting spot, she saw Jeb standing there. He looked tired. He looked worried. He looked like a man who had been carrying a heavy weight for a long time. "Mara," he said softly. "Thank you for coming." Mara looked at him. "Who sent the letter?" she asked. Jeb sighed. "It was me," he said. "I wanted to talk to you without anyone listening." Mara felt a small surprise. "Why?" she asked. Jeb looked at her carefully. "Because I need to tell you something important," he said. "Something that could change everything." Mara felt her heart beat faster. She did not know what he would say. She did not know if she would like it. Jeb took a deep breath. "I have decided to leave," he said. "I cannot stay here. The sheriff will not stop. The town is scared. I do not want to cause trouble." Mara felt a mix of emotions. She felt relief. She felt sadness. She felt fear.
Where will you go? Mara asked. Jeb looked at the horizon.
I will travel, he said. I will try to find a place where people do not know my name. A place where I can be normal. Mara nodded slowly. She understood. She knew that he wanted peace. She knew that he wanted to live without fear. But she also knew that leaving would not be easy. She knew that the sheriff might still find him. She knew that the town might still be in danger. Mara, Jeb said softly, I need your help one more time. Mara looked at him. What do you need? She asked. Jeb looked at her with a serious face. I need you to help me leave quietly, he said. I need you to help me get out of town without anyone noticing. Mara felt her heart beat faster. She knew that helping him would be dangerous. She knew that the sheriff would not like it. She knew that people would talk. But she also knew that she could not abandon him. She could not leave him alone. She could not let him face his problems by himself. Mara took a deep breath. She looked at Jeb and nodded. I will help you, she said quietly. Jeb's eyes softened. He looked relieved. He smiled slightly. Thank you, he said. You are the only person who has been kind to me. Mara felt a small tear in her eye. She did not know why. She did not know why this man's words affected her so much. She looked at the sky. The sun was almost gone. The night was coming. Mara knew that the next few days would be difficult. She knew that she would have to make choices. She knew that she would have to face the sheriff. She knew that she would have to face the town. But she also knew that she had chosen to help someone in need. She had chosen to be kind. She had chosen to be honest, and she believed that, no matter what happened, she would stay true to herself. The night after Mara agreed to help Jeb leave, the town of Larkspur seemed even quieter than before. The streets were empty, and the air felt still. The moon hung low in the sky, casting a soft light over the buildings. It looked peaceful, but Mara knew that peace was only on the surface. Inside the saloon, Mara worked quietly. She cleaned her tools and prepared some supplies for the next day. She was nervous. She was not sure what would happen. She was not sure if the sheriff would discover Jeb's plan. She was not sure if the town would blame her for helping him. But she also felt a strange strength inside her. She felt that she was doing the right thing. She felt that she was helping a person who needed help. She felt that she was staying true to her values. As she worked, she heard a soft knock on the door. She turned and saw Jeb standing there. He looked tired, but he had a calm face. It is time, he said softly. Mara nodded. She grabbed the supplies and followed him. They walked quietly through the back door of the saloon, moving into the dark night. Mara could feel the cold air on her face. She could feel her heart beating fast. They walked toward the edge of town. The path was narrow and surrounded by tall grass. The moonlight made the grass look silver. Mara felt a small fear, but she kept walking. She trusted Jeb. She believed that he would not harm her. After a while, they reached a small stable near the edge of town. A man stood beside a horse, waiting. The horse looked calm. The man looked calm too. He nodded at Jeb. Jeb approached the horse and spoke softly. We need to leave quietly, he said. No one must notice. The man nodded. He helped Mara and Jeb prepare the horse. Mara had never been around a horse like this before. It was strong and powerful. It looked like it could travel long distances without getting tired. Mara climbed onto the horse carefully. She felt the animal move beneath her. She held on to the reins tightly. She looked at Jeb, who was standing beside her. Are you sure about this? Mara asked softly. Jeb nodded. Yes, he said. We must leave before the sheriff finds out. We must leave before the town becomes a place of fear. Mara nodded slowly. She felt a mix of fear and hope. She did not know what would happen. She did not know if they would be safe, but she also felt a sense of freedom. She felt that she was doing something important. The man who owned the horse helped Jeb onto the horse behind Mara. Then he stepped back and watched them. Good luck, he said quietly. Mara and Jeb rode away from the town. They moved slowly at first, then faster as they reached the open road. The wind blew through Mara's hair. The night was quiet. The world felt wide and open. Mara looked back at the town. She could see the lights in the distance. She could see the saloon where she had worked. Bah! She could see the small houses and the streets. She felt a small sadness in her chest. She wondered if she would ever return. She wondered if she would ever see Ellen again. She wondered if she would ever see Lila again. She wondered if she would ever see the people she had helped. But she also knew that she could not stay. She knew that the town was not safe for Jeb. She knew that the town would be in danger if he stayed. She knew that she had to do what was right. As they rode, Jeb spoke quietly. Mara, he said, thank you again. You do not have to thank me, she said. I only did what I could. Jeb shook his head. No, he said. You did more than you know. You gave me a chance to be normal. You gave me a chance to leave. You gave me hope. Mara felt a small tear in her eye. She did not want to cry, but she could not stop the feeling. I am glad you will be safe, Mara said softly. Jeb nodded. I hope so, he said. I have never been safe before. Mara looked at him carefully. She could see the honesty in his eyes. She could see the fear. She could see the sadness. I hope you find peace, Mara said. Jeb smiled slightly. I hope so too, he said. They rode for hours. The night slowly turned into morning. The sky began to lighten. The sun rose in the distance, painting the sky with orange and pink. The world felt new. Mara felt tired. Her body was sore from riding. But she also felt a sense of relief. She felt that she had done something important. She felt that she had made a difference. As the sun rose, they reached a small town far from Larkspur. It was quiet and peaceful. The people looked friendly. The buildings were simple, and the streets were clean. Jeb stopped the horse near a small inn. He looked at Mara. This is where I will stay for now, he said. I will find a new place. I will find a new life. Mara nodded. I will stay here for a little while, she said. I need to rest. Jeb looked at her with a serious face.
Mara, he said, I want to ask you something.
Mara looked at him. What is it? She asked.
Jeb took a deep breath. Will you stay in touch? He asked.
Will you write to me? Will you tell me how you are doing? Mara felt a small smile. She did not know why, but she felt happy. She felt that she had made a friend. She felt that she had connected with someone who understood her. I will write, Mara said softly, but I will not promise anything. I will only promise to try. Jeb nodded. That is enough, he said. They stood there for a moment, looking at each other. The morning sun shone on their faces. The world felt calm. Then Jeb turned and walked toward the inn. He looked back one last time. Goodbye, Mara, he said softly. Mara waved. Goodbye, she said. Jeb walked into the inn. Mara watched him go. She felt a small sadness. She felt a small relief. She felt a small hope. She turned and walked away. She did not know what the future would bring. She did not know if she would ever see Jeb again. She did not know if the town of Larkspur would ever be safe. But she knew one thing. She had done what she believed was right. She had helped a person in need. She had been honest. She had been kind. And she had stayed true to herself. As she walked down the road, she thought about the people she had met in Larkspur. She thought about Ellen, who had given her a chance. She thought about Lila, who had trusted her. She thought about the town, which had become her home. She realized that life was full of unexpected moments. She realized that sometimes helping someone could be dangerous. She realized that sometimes being kind could change your life. But she also realized that kindness was worth the risk. Mara continued walking, carrying her small bag and her box of herbs. She did not know where she would go next. She did not know what she would do. But she knew that she would continue to help people wherever she went. And somewhere, far away, Jeb Carlyle would be starting a new life, carrying the memory of a simple healer who had helped him when he needed it most.